What's up, y'all? This is the One Nation Podcast 864, and I'm here with the funniest thing, I think, on the book, on TikTok, Miss Gigi Leflair. Y'all give her a round of applause. Give her a round of applause, man. Gigi, I gotta say this. I've been following you for a minute. I ain't know you were that damn crazy.
I try.
You say anything on social media. I gotta reach out to her and see if I can get her on this podcast. But this is what I want to talk about. First, let people know a little bit about where you're from, but you're just naturally funny. That's not something you can, let the people know, it's not something you can study for. You got to just have it in you. And I'm going to let this young lady tell y'all a little bit about where she's from and where y'all can find her too. We're going to get into deeper stuff later. Go ahead, Gigi.
Okay. I am from a small town called Woodruff, South Carolina.
Woodruff, shout out to Woodruff.
Woodruff, South Carolina. It's a 3-4 stoplight town. Ain't nothing there.
Right?
Ain't nothing there. Me moving to here is me moving to the big city.
I got you.
And this is not the big city. And
No, it's not.
I'm right. It's not. I moved from a town to a city, and the city don't even have a dot on the map. So nonetheless.
She right.
I actually started doing I've been doing stand-up comedy now for almost 2 years.
Okay.
2 years.
Okay.
Not very long at all. I'm still fairly new to this.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Like me cracking jokes and something. This is what I've done most of my life.
So your whole life coming up, that's what you've
I've
been
always
doing.
been a jokester.
And I bet they always said, "Girl, you need to do some comedy or something."
They did. They told me I should do comedy. Like most comedians, comedy started off as a defense mechanism.
Okay,
it was a way to, because, when I was a kid, I had
you.
braces on my legs, like the Forrest Gump brace.
Wait a minute, I didn't know that.
I had the Forrest Gump
What?
brace.
Yo, that's exclusive. I've never let nobody get
Forrest
them.
Gump braces on my legs when I was a kid.
Man.
Yeah.
So let's dive. I don't want to cut y'all, but why you had it? What was going on?
So when I was born, I was born with cerebral palsy.
Oh, okay.
They told my parents I wouldn't walk.
Well, you walked in hill.
Right, I walked swimming hill, no problem. They told my parents I never walked.
Yeah.
I didn't walk until I was probably maybe 3.
Wow.
Yeah, like
really?
it was a whole process.
Oh man.
I went to Shriners Hospital as a kid.
Oh man,
Yep.
I know all this.
I used to go to Shriners Hospital as a kid. I remember seeing kids in there that they had the same thing that I had, but they couldn't even hold their heads up by themselves. They were being fed, and my grandparents would tell my grandma, I'm the oldest grandchild. My grandma would tell me all the time, them people don't know nothing.
Exactly.
Them people don't know nothing. They don't know what me and God done talked about.
Grandma right.
And she was right.
She was right. Grandma was right.
She was right. My grandma used to come up to the hospital with my mama, rub up my legs, everything. Just, old Southern black woman. She was a praying grandma.
And there's nothing like them.
And
them
she was
old
right.
Southern black women, you right about that.
And she was right.
Oh, wow.
And like what's crazy is for it to start off with a story of I wouldn't even be able to walk, for it to turn into my first job that allowed me to take care of myself. I was a server bartender. That job ain't nothing but walking.
That's all you doing.
That job ain't nothing but walking.
No, you right about that.
That's walking.
You're right. The whole time.
That job right there is how I was able to take care of myself. And like when I turned 20 years old, 19, 20, started waiting tables. And after I moved out on my own and everything, my family, we sat down and talked about it. And my grandma said, that don't make no sense. Them people told you weren't never going to walk.
People told you were never going to walk.
And
now
look at yourself.
You're
walking up a stone.
Walking everywhere.
Walking up a stone.
Walking everywhere. Now, you say you used that as a defense mechanism.
That was my defense mechanism as a kid. Because, let's be honest.
That's what I'm about to say.
We brutal, baby.
We don't give a damn.
We brutal.
We don't give a damn.
Don't nobody roast you like us.
You right.
Don't nobody roast you like us.
You're right.
I tell you, they showed me no mercy.
No love at all.
No mercy. They used to eat my ass. Oh, boy. And I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I can go home crying every day.
But it made you stronger too.
I can go home crying every day, or I can turn this around. Because I ain't got but 1 or 3 options. I can go home crying every day. I can turn this around, or I can fight.
So which one you wanted to pick?
I ain't no fighter like that. Like, I fight.
But you fight when you have to. But you have to, but you ain't that ain't true. I got you.
I'm not.
She's not the fighter.
I'm not listening. It's not me.
But you turn that into something.
Now, I give you what you came for if I got to. But baby, let's just tell these jokes. Why can't you tell these jokes, friend? Let's don't go there. Jokes, honey.
Keep it 100.
You didn't get your nails done? If you said the nails nail shop as long as I did, baby, you don't want to sit. Let's not do this.
Hey, y'all hear this, right? You right about that, though. Because you're right. As kids, man,
they brutal,
we ain't. You know, I had some friends growing up, man. Had some things wrong with them, man. You be like, you look back like, boy, that was fucked up. You said that, man. That was messed up, bro.
And I'm grateful for it.
But yeah,
I'm grateful for it because
you came a long way with it.
It built me.
It did.
It built me. It made me, and then it also made me say to myself, listen, these people, this is the world.
Yeah.
Like when people tell you that, you know, when you're younger, they tell you that, you know, oh, this is high school, this don't matter. This is school.
You're right.
To be honest, school setup is the way life is outside of school. You got cliques, you got groups.
You're right.
And if you ain't friends with this person, you can't move. That's how the real world operates.
You're right about that.
The jocks.
You're right.
The athletes, the cool kids.
You're right. And if you don't fit in, they're going to give it to you. You're right.
It's the same way when you go work at your job. It's cliques. You got to learn how to maneuver within society, within the social setup.
And that's what people need to understand.
That's what you got to learn. And I learned early in life. My mom said, listen, little girl, you can be a victim or you can be the victor. Which one you gonna be?
And you went ahead.
We don't make nothing but winners in this family, so you ain't
you already know what time it is. I like that.
Needed that.
I like that. Grandma and mama installed it. I like that. That's dope. That's dope.
My grandpa and everybody that was my family is super proud, and that's something that I take pride in. That when you see people be proud of who they are and where they come from, your children see that and they grow up and want it. My mama was super proud. Where she was like, "Listen, ain't nobody gonna give you nothing, little girl."
You're right. You gotta go out there and get it on your own.
Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing.
You're right about that.
The only person gonna give you anything living these 4 walls right here. And when I'm gone, that's it.
That's it.
You gotta be able. Don't make me feel like I can't leave because you can't take care of yourself.
You're right there. And you say now what's funny, you say you grew up in Woodruff. I actually work in Woodruff.
For real.
I work at ESS Industrial in Woodruff. And man, look at that was my first. I've been there for 2 years now, and I didn't know nothing about Woodruff. Now, I had one more partner. He tell me how Woodruff really was. Now, you tell me, what was it like growing up in Woodruff?
I will wholeheartedly, unequivocally say without a shadow of a doubt, I am so thankful that I grew up in Woodruff. Because just for me, I appreciate that I got to grow up in that small town USA. I got to stay. I'm not saying it ain't issues in small towns because you know you can hide a secret in a small town.
Yeah, you
real
can.
quick.
Did
the Murdoch trial just not show us?
You're right about that.
A secret in a small
town.
About that.
Y'all
old money.
You're right about that.
Old money runs small towns, baby.
You're right. South Carolina.
I appreciate that I grew up in a small town because number one, I got to stay a kid for a very long time.
And I bet that was fun too.
I got to stay a kid.
Yeah.
Like my husband and I, even though we both grew up in the South, he's a city kid. I'm not. I'm a country kid.
I got you.
When he tells me stories of his life at 14, it ain't the same as my life at 14. Like I was very much still playing with baby dolls, running around outside with no shoes on, jumping out of red dirt. Like I'm jumping off the side of the gas station into red dirt pile.
Nah, he wasn't doing that.
He not doing that. He a city kid, baby. He a city kid. They already running from the police and everything already.
See,
yeah, I'm still asking my mama, "Mom, can I go next door? Can I go?" Like I'm still doing this. I'm still a kid.
Yeah.
I'm still a kid.
Okay.
I also am. One thing I appreciate about growing up in Woodruff, it was very much. It was small town USA.
Yes,
it's 6 families. Everybody know each other. Your mama gonna ask who your mama is. What church y'all go to? And then my mama will say from there, baby, stay away from them.
You don't want to deal with them folks.
Stay away from them people, baby. Listen, I'm not telling you what you can and can't do. What I'm telling you is them folks, that whole tree bad. Stay away from that tree.
The whole tree
bad. Stay away from that tree.
All the branches and the leaves.
Everything on that tree ain't bad. Nothing but rotten fruit. Get away from them people, man.
But you're right. You growing up in a small town, that's really how it is. Like when I went down there to work, I was like, yo, what is this? I was out of it within a minute. I'm like,
true story. That Burger King, it's a Burger King in my town. I remember when they put that Burger King there, baby. I remember when the Burger King was there. Let me tell you the highlight of my childhood as a kid. When I tell you, we were some walking rough.
Go ahead, say it.
I tell you, we was some walking motherfuckers in that small ass town. Baby, I get up in the morning and get dressed. I'm talking about dressed to the nines.
And just walk.
Start walking, baby. We'll cover that whole 1.6 square foot mile.
Gotcha, man.
30 minutes.
I know where that Burger King is at.
Right. We used to get dressed. I'm talking about G the fuck up.
And just go.
And go to the Burger King. Because you meet at the Burger King.
Oh, that was the meet-up spot.
That's the meet-up spot.
Okay.
And then it's a bank right beside.
Yeah, you right.
You get fresh to motherfucking death and sit
just
on
go.
the bank steps.
What?
The bank steps was the equivalent of when we was in school and you walked up to the pencil sharpener.
Yeah, you want everybody to
the
see
bank steps is the pencil sharpener, baby. That's the first IG. That's when you go sit and show them the outfit. You know what I mean?
Right, that's the first IG social media.
Right, you're finna see me sitting on the bank steps with my white cans
I
on.
didn't know that.
Oh
my goodness, sitting on the bank step. And that Burger King, now, like, where I work at, I come straight through town, through the little cricket, through the light. You got the Zaxby's there now. You got is that a Roses behind that?
See, that's new shit.
Oh, I'm new to that.
That's new improvement. See, that Roses.
What was that?
It used to be called Patton Pharmacy.
Oh, see, I don't know about that. Mr. Patton.
Mr. Patton owned Patton Pharmacy. Mr. Patton is also the man that owned a lot of the houses in the Mill Hill.
Oh,
and Mr. Patton let Mr. Patton come pick up rent.
Yeah,
and Mr. Patton let you run a tab. If my grandma was a little short on paper, you know what I mean? She didn't go to no check advance. She didn't go to no Mr. Patton say, don't worry about Miss Margaret. You run your tab. Come pay at the end of the month. Tab, baby. You can't run no tab.
You can't do that no more. They be ready to kick you out quick.
You can't run no tab in the city.
You right about that.
They ain't coming back.
Damn, you right. You have a lot of
But
perks
you can
going
run a tab in the draft, baby.
Yeah, you're right. You got a lot of perks in the
tab.
draft, man. I ain't think about that. You're right about that.
Tab let you run a tab.
Yeah. See, I'm new to it then. I didn't know nothing about that.
Zaxby's used to be.
What was that?
Used to be KFC, and then it turned into KFC Taco Bell.
Wait, hold.
They fucked us up when they
Wait. Taco Bell. You talking about KFC Taco Bell?
Yeah.
It was a KFC.
It was a 2-for-1. It was a 2-for-1. KFC Taco Bell.
I didn't know nothing about that. Yeah. I've been out there.
KFC Taco Bell was the KFC A&W.
It's somebody.
I think it's KFC A&W.
A&W.
But when I stayed there, it was just KFC.
Okay,
and I'm talking about old school KFC.
A little bit. Yeah, I got you.
Old school KFC with the glass case with the parfaits in it. You remember when KFC used to have the parfaits?
Yeah, I remember that.
You got the chocolate, strawberry,
chocolate. You had all the flavors. You're right.
That's the Woodruff I remember.
Yeah, well, see, the Woodruff I know now, it ain't like that. They kind of trying to, I guess they're trying to upscale.
I think they done upgraded downtown.
I think they trying to get a Starbucks or something down there.
They got their Bojangles down there now.
Bojangles bumping. I ain't gonna lie. You're right. They doing big things. They got
a Bojangles and they got a McDonald's and they got another stoplight. It's down there, boy.
Hey, she ain't got no sense. She right though, but Woodruff, if y'all don't know about Woodruff, she telling the truth,
man. They too fancy for me now,
but you been doing your thing for a minute. Now let me ask you something. When you decided you wanted to do this? Like when did it hit you like, yo, I'm gonna do this.
So my cousin, his name is Super Dad Jones.
Okay.
Him and his wife put me on a ticket to be a host.
Okay.
And I hosted a show, and it had I think Bubba Dub was the headliner.
Oh man, and I follow all.
I think Bubba Dub was the headliner.
Okay.
And I did really great hosting that show.
Oh shit.
And from there, it became, well, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can do this.
I can do this.
I'm gonna stop hosting because hosting is literally you doing stand up in between other people's set.
Gotcha.
Just go up there and try it. And I went up and did it.
And that was it.
And that was it. I've always been entertaining. But once I got up there on that stage and got that first, I looked out there in the crowd and seen everybody's molars. Yeah. I seen who ain't have no side teeth. I seen who ain't scraped their tongue. I seen who might got I seen who might got a little thrush in their mouth. I seen it. Once I saw that was it.
Oh my goodness! And was you nervous?
I was a little nervous.
Yeah,
I was a little nervous, but being in front of a crowd is something that I'm comfortable with.
I got you.
Because by me being and I know this may be a weird
go ahead.
thing to equate, but I was a server bartender for so many years. I treated that like a stage.
I got you.
So I would bartend, and I worked at this place called Wild Wings, and I would bartend, tell jokes, and I'm talking about
you were doing all that in there.
I was making stripper money, bartending, waiting tables.
At Wild Wings?
At Wild Wings. I was working at Wild Wings 4 days a week.
You would get it.
I'm making a cool stack a week, like a slow week for me at Wild Wings. If I left out of there with $750, I lost money. Whoa. Somebody stole from me if I left up out of there with $750.
Yeah.
That's the type of money I was in there making.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
Waiting tables and bartending is personality.
You're right.
Don't get me wrong, titties are po to drink.
Yeah.
But the personality keep them at the bar.
You're right. They keep them at the bar. They ain't leaving either. They gonna tip. They gonna tip at the end of the night. You're right about that too, man. Damn, I didn't know you were getting it like that.
Oh, I was killing that Wild Wings.
But damn, man.
I was killing it, working 4 days a week.
Damn.
4 days a week.
And now I think they shut down.
Man, last time I went in Wild Wings, it smelled like they had moved the sewer plant from 295. They had put it right smack dab in the middle of downtown. I said, Lord, what's this?
Yeah, what Wild Wings?
What is this, Lord? Oh, honey, what is this?
But that's dope. You say, you obviously you got a gift. You know what I'm saying? Now, moving into social media, right? You got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And I see your reels all the time. I'm pretty sure anybody gonna watch this, they know what I'm talking about. Y'all done seen them. I have to say, I want to give you your flowers. You really doing your thing, man.
Thank you.
Because I'm looking she is crazy. And what I love about it, no telling what you gonna say.
Ain't no telling.
And I say, y'all better hold on to your seat. Because when she get over here, no telling what she gonna say.
Ain't no telling.
Now, I see you promoting a lot of things you got going on. Now, what was you say you opened up for Bubba Dub. Mm-hmm. Now, after that, what was the next event that you did that kind of you said, you know what? You already knew you could do it, but once you did that next, I got you. It's mine.
I did a show at Gravy's. And it's not called Gravy's. It was called The Dream.
The Dream.
The Dream.
The Dream.
They had a show at The Dream.
Okay.
And I did 2 shows. I did a day show and a night show. And this is my first time doing a show in my city. Like this is my city. I'm not driving to Charlotte or Greenville.
You here.
I live here. I know these people.
Yeah.
I wait on these people. These people know me. And I killed that show. And you know how hard it is to make we come in. We wanna I've done shows for all black crowds.
Okay.
And that dude might be sitting there and he ain't cracked a smile.
Oh yeah, he just tough. He in the building just
But he'll come to me at the end of the show and be like, hey, you were funny as a motherfucker. My wife loved you. He didn't crack not one smile. You funny as hell, girl. That
was it.
I like doing this because
let's get to that. Why you like doing it?
This is the only job I can't be fired from for being myself.
You're right. And
I've been fired from a lot of jobs for being myself.
I had the door shut on me too.
Right. I've been fired from a lot of jobs for being my true, authentic self.
And that's why I wanted to tell you about when you come to podcast. Be yourself.
Yeah, I can't be fired.
I mean, that's just, but you know what? A lot of people can learn from that. You be yourself. Now, some people, they go to the extreme with shit, but when you're right, this is the only job. You're right. You can be yourself. People love you. You can't get fired from it. You
can't be
fired.
You
can do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's major, man. I think a lot of us need to, find our niche and,
You find your passion?
Yeah.
So the job I have now, I pray for this job. I pray for this job.
Okay.
Now that I done found my passion.
Yeah, not how the job thing. You're like,
Now that I once you find what it is, because some people go their whole life and never find what they're supposed to do.
And some people be scared too.
Right.
They be like, I don't know if I ought to do this or not. But sometimes you got to take that leap of faith. I'm sorry.
This is what I tell people all the time, particularly men.
All right. I'm listening. We listen, men listen. We listen.
And I don't get a speech to women. I usually get a speech to a man.
I'm listening. I'm listening now.
You shot your shot at 50 women. And they all told you no.
All right.
You didn't get up the next day and be like, I don't want to fuck with these hoes no more. You got up and you hollered at 50 more bitches.
They kept shooting.
You got up and hollered at 50 more hoes. You got up and you said, you know what? What it do, shouty?
Yeah, you're right.
You shot your shot at 50 more.
Okay.
Why you can't treat your passion the same way?
Damn. That's an exclusive.
You shot your shot at 50
Fellas,
women.
y'all hear this? When y'all see this, y'all gotta listen to this. You shot your shot at 50 women. You got
and they all turned you down.
Yeah, shot up 50 more, they turned you down.
And you got up the next day and hollered at 50 more women.
You're right. You
shot your shot at women that you said to yourself in my head, man, I don't need to go over here and bother this bitch. I'm going to do it anyway.
You're right.
And you went over there and shot your shot.
You're right.
You knew you was possibly unqualified to go over there and fuck with her, but you did it anyway.
You're right about that.
You know how many women these men slept with that they knew, man. She probably shouldn't have fucked with me, but I'm glad she did. And you went in there and got the best that you had.
The best that you had.
And it didn't work out. But guess what? You went and found something else. You shot your shot.
You're right.
Treat that passion the same way.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
Treat that passion the same way.
You're right. You find
Don't
your
let
passion.
just women be your passion. Now.
Yeah, find your passion. Fellas,
find your passion.
Find it. I found mine because I'm going to be real with you. I love interviewing, just doing the podcast, man. And then everybody, they used to have, you ain't scared to be on camera? No,
what?
I mean, you don't see me in the damn way. I mean, so what's up?
You on camera every day anyway, whether you like it or not.
You damn right. You
right
about that.
Every day
you right about that. We all on social media. We everywhere. So what that mean?
Right.
But that's you. I like. You know what? When I do this, I'm gonna put that in broad letters. Y'all hear this and find your passion. 50 shots. You know how they get you. That's dope. But now, I'm gonna go back a little bit. When you say these kids used to mess with you, all right?
Oh, let's eat my ass up.
Now, let's say you get into your teen years when you coming through. It had to be something like because we roast the hell out of each other. Now,
so my teen years was different.
But let me ask something. I know you done been in some roasts, and I know you done killed some people. Now give me one. If you can think back, what's one you really punished somebody?
So here we go.
We getting good.
I'm not a roaster.
Okay.
I'm not a roaster.
That's not.
I'm not a roaster, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm not a roaster.
Okay.
Number one.
I'm listening.
I'm not a roaster because I'm not a fighter.
You're right. Because you're right.
I'm not a fighter, so I'm not gonna come to you. With the roast.
I got
now, if you come over here throwing the rocks at me, I'm going to pull them out the chamber.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
I don't roast people because I don't have, there are no limits with me.
I like that.
There are no limits with me.
You go all the way to the back.
When you come, and I always ask, I always ask, when you come over here fucking with me,
it's showtime.
I'm going to let you get your clip off. I'm going to let you get them all out. And then I'm going to ask you, hey, you sure you want to do this?
When somebody asks you that, listen, when somebody say that, bro, you might want to fall the hell back. That ain't going to be a good sight.
I'm just asking respectfully, humbly.
Have you had somebody, when you ask somebody, have you had somebody say, yeah, hell yeah?
Yeah.
You gonna let their ass have it too.
Yeah.
I told mine.
Yeah, they say that. They say that.
But then what happened?
And see, then I start pulling shit out the clip because this is my thing. I tell people all the time, if you come over here fucking with me, now do know, I'm pulling out the clip what I've got.
Yeah, gotcha.
So ask yourself, do you remember what you served me to load up the bullets with?
Oh man!
Don't forget.
Don't do that.
Well, you gave me the bullets.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put them in the clip.
And then you gonna unload.
So when you come over here roasting me about, you had braces on your legs, I'm gonna pull out the clip. Hey. But you do know that your mama was smoking crack and everybody found her behind the building with residue on her. You remember? I'm going to pull that out. Now I'm the bad guy.
Now they looking like you're back, but you told them. You told them. You're right.
You came over here fucking with me.
Don't do this shit.
Now I'm pulling out the clip. Now I'm pulling out the clip. Hey, fam.
Oh, man.
Hey,
and I know you done hit some people where it hurt.
Do you remember when you used to have a light kerosene smell to you with a heavy tinge of piss? You remember that in 7th grade? Heavy tinge of piss? Because you was still pissing the bed in 6th grade and you coming to school and y'all ain't got no hot water. Oh, Lord. Smelling like diesel fuel.
Man, I got to say this.
Now I'm pulling that out. Now I'm the bad guy. That's why I leave people alone.
Oh man, she ain't. Hey,
because I'm pulling them out the clip.
But you know what? I know a partner of mine like that. He don't do. You know,
I don't want to roast.
You know, he'll tell you. He say, nah, you don't want to do that shit with me. And I tell people, nah, you don't want to do that because you know, bro, don't say some shit.
Leave me alone.
So I understand where you come from.
Because baby, I grew up with you.
Yeah.
You don't know what I know.
Yeah,
you
I
don't remember what you served me. You don't remember what you served me. Remember we grew up together, baby. I got 17, 18 years worth of clips.
Oh man, you right.
And I don't never pull them out because one thing I know is that we as black people, we tend to take our pain and turn it into a joke, and we just do that as a defense mechanism.
True.
We take our pain, our trauma, and we jones and roast about it because it's just easier than to deal with. God damn, fam.
Yeah. I feel you on that. You're right about that. You're right about that.
So if you gonna take my trauma,
be ready.
don't forget I'm finna take yours too now. Mr. Balenciaga sneakers, but you taking a shower using pliers to turn on the hot water. Okay, sir.
Yeah, you right. Hey, y'all heard this.
Okay, Mr. Buying bitches drinks and sidelines, but you sleeping on your homeboy couch. Mr. Pitbull hair all over your FUBU shirt.
No, not FUBU.
And it's 2019.
Let me ask you something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I seen somebody with a FUBU sweatsuit. Can anybody tell me where they finding this shit at now?
Man, listen, I don't know where people find this.
Because I'm just trying to figure this out.
I ain't gonna hold you. I might wear, listen.
Okay.
I might wear a FUBU sweatsuit if it's hard enough.
It gotta be tough. It gotta be tough though.
Because I am one of them. I used to be one of them people that was big on what this gotta go with this. Because we all came from that.
Yeah,
we all came from, we the generation.
You're right about that.
Sidebar. We the generation that Tommy go with Tommy.
They gotta go with Tommy. You
hold
can't
on. These new kids mixing brands. And you know, back in the day when we were young, that shit got you lit the fuck up.
You right about that.
With the Tommy shirt and, but you know.
I ain't gonna lie, I love him to death. My son.
That shit got you flame.
That son, I seen him the other day. He threw on a Puma sweatsuit. And he had on the Tommy Hilfiger hood. I say, boy, you just don't know. He said, what? I said, they would have ate you up. Now it's like they put on anything.
The plate on your ass. About knowing that.
Now they don't kill, man. It's just.
See, I grew out of being a label person when I realized I'm finna hit you with some Chad Johnson.
Ocho Cinco say some dope shit. So go ahead.
Ocho Cinco shit. I stopped being a label girl when I realized that they was gonna fuck with me anyway.
You damn right.
They was gonna fuck with me anyway.
You right about that.
If you gonna fuck with me, you gonna fuck with me.
And you know something else Chad say? He saved a whole lot of money buying fake jewelry.
Right, because they gonna fuck. They assumed it was real.
It was real. They go fool with me.
They assumed it was you was gonna fuck with me anyway.
You right about that.
That's how I feel about brands.
Well, you damn right.
Anyway.
You right about that. You know.
You came over here bothering me.
You right about that. I didn't come bother you.
I didn't come over here bothering me. You came bothering me.
Exactly. You right about that. Right. So I mean. And you know something? I'm gonna tell you something. My mama used to tell me a long time ago. Rest in peace to my mom. She say, "But Walmart got some dope shit in it." When I was young, I said, "Walmart ain't got no shit in it. I ain't doing that shit. I'm going to Walmart now. I get every damn shirt you can find with
Walmart, you got dope shit.
Tupac on it, Ice Cube on it, all them graphic damn tees. I get all that shit out there.
I tell my kids now, that champion y'all wearing.
What was that?
They sold that shit at Walmart.
At Walmart, I told you.
They sold that shit at Walmart.
Right,
my cousins used to come down here from DC, buy the shit at Walmart, take it back up the hill with them, and bust their ass open with the price.
Everybody, look,
bust
Champion used to be at Walmart, all that stuff started right there.
We fuck with that shit like that.
No, we didn't. There was no Champion.
Champion was an up north thing.
You're right.
We ain't fuck with Champion
what
like
you say with that? He went that shit.
You ain't no champion in that. You ain't no motherfucking champion in that. That's like, we didn't fuck with that. That's why I stopped being a labor girl when I realized, man, they gonna fuck with you anyway.
You're right about that. A lot of people, y'all need to hear that too. Like that's some real shit. When Chad Ocho Cinco said that, I'm like, damn.
The label shit is again, it's another defense mechanism for us. True. Unfortunately, labeling and all of that comes from, and I hate to be this person, but I'm always be this person.
You can be yourself.
You anything that's tied to us, you can take it back to slavery within 2-3 degrees of separation.
Okay.
Us needing labels and stuff is validation. It's peacocking. Back in the day, we got one day to show off our best. Our Sunday's best.
You're right.
You got fresh to death on Sunday. Show it off. Because you want to show everybody you the cleanest nigga on the block.
You're right about that.
Well, it branched out from just Sunday. Now it's every day of the week. We got to show you we the cleanest nigga on the block. That's peacock.
Monday through Sunday.
Because now we got to show you, oh, I ain't no shucking and jiving, nigga. Look at me, I got it.
Yeah.
Look at me, I got it.
You're right about that.
We got to do that. And then it also plays into not a negative thing, but we are a braggadocious group of people. We gonna talk our shit. Yeah, we gonna talk our shit. That's the good thing and the bad thing about us. We gonna talk our shit, baby.
Yeah, you right about that.
And we gonna talk our shit with our outfit. I'm gonna talk my shit, player.
You right about that though. That's something we do. We do that.
I love it and hate it. I love it and hate it about it. We gonna talk our shit. You right
about that. We gonna do that. But let me ask you this then. You okay? We done went through Woodruff. We did this. We know why you doing this. Your passion and everything. Do you got a goal set in your head to like, okay, I want to be here in a certain amount of time, or do you just okay? Let's stick with that. Or you want to be like, I'm saying, I hear people do the 5 and 10 year thing. I don't do that.
I don't do that either. I don't do that either.
Where you want to be in the next 2 months? Let's just go from there.
So this is what I want.
Okay, I'm listening.
I want it to be that I have myself an established, steady gig.
Okay.
Once a month. Once a month. And I mean, that's a gig that I know for a fact I'm going to make me whatever off of that every month because I want it to be within the next year that this is my career.
Okay, I got you.
I don't want it to be just my passion, just my side hustle. I want it to be this is what I do.
I got you. That makes sense.
I want it to be that I got to go in there and tell my job, hey.
Love you, but hey. Oh, you might have to say that with you be like, hey.
Thanks.
Ball game. Yeah, it's over. I feel you.
That's what I want it to be. I want it, and I don't want to be Kevin Hart. I don't want to be Tiffany Haddish. I don't need all of that.
Yeah, you're right.
If it come, I'll take it.
Yeah, hell yeah. You ain't going to turn it down.
But I think that I just want to be able to sustain my quality of life with my passion.
I like that. You're right. That's major. And see, I don't do the 5 year thing because I agree with you. It's what I want to do. This is where I want to be. I don't want to think about nothing else. I want that coming in.
And I can't do 5 years because I can't tell you who I'll be in 5 months.
True.
Because I'm not the same person at 40 that I was at 35.
I got you.
So I don't want 35-year-old me making plans for 40-year-old me because she's still kind of stupid at 35. She's not as stupid as she was at 25, but she don't. You know what I mean?
Like she ain't reached that.
Well, she don't need to be making decisions for 40-year-old me.
I got you.
I'm okay with her letting 40-year-old me know, hey. I'm going to put these steps in place so you can be all right. But I don't want 35-year-old me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You don't want that back, huh?
Right, I don't. Just because I want it to be that my mom tells me every day you're supposed to learn something. You're supposed to get a new wrinkle on your brain every day. I don't care if you learn something good, if you learn something bad.
You're right.
When you learn something that you don't like, you still learn something.
You're right.
And learning what you don't want is just as important, if not more important, than learning what you do want.
I see what you're saying.
When you know what you don't want, now you can process of elimination to figure out what you do want. I do know that I don't want to go clock in every day.
And you know what? I had a conversation with somebody. I said, man, I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't want to
I don't want to hit that clock like that. And it was like, well, man, some of us like, yeah, you may like doing
that's for you.
But for me, bro, that ain't what I
And please don't let what I want change what you want.
Exactly. If
I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about you, so don't take it personal. Don't project onto me, sir. Because again, not clocking into a 9 to 5. So I come from a family of entrepreneurs. Like my grandpa is self-made. I'm talking about built himself up. This man done been in the military, decorated war veteran. Is a welterweight decorated boxer. This man used to be a club promoter. Then this man opened up a gas station. Only black-owned gas station in Woodruff at the time. Like my grandpa's a truck driver, own business. Like my grandpa is a hustler.
Yeah, I got you.
He'll get it out the mud on.
I got you on that. I got you.
But he's also said that if you don't want to do the work, go work for somebody else.
You're right about that.
If you don't want to do the work, go work for somebody else and let them think for you.
You're right. You got to put the work in. If you're going to do this to anybody out there, I talk to these people. If you're going to start something, like she say, you got to put the work in. You can't think it's going to come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people think it's gonna happen overnight. It's not happen like that.
And if it did happen overnight, you ain't gonna keep it.
You darn right. You right about that. But darn, I didn't know this. Say Grandpa did a lot, huh?
My grandpa do, and he's still alive. My grandpa do a lot. Okay. My grandpa do a lot, the family was a good balance of entrepreneurs. Find you a good job. Entrepreneurs, because my family is definitely split right down the middle of you go to school, get this done, and then you take this path. And then the other half is, man, fuck all that. I don't need them.
Yeah, I
and both parties are successful in their own right.
Okay.
I wanted it to be that, nobody in my family turned me away and told me, no, you need to do this. No, like everybody gave me their, hey, you could do this or you could do that.
Yeah.
But when I said that, hey, I think I want to do comedy, not one person said, no, little girl, don't.
And see, that's dope. Cause we got some of them families when you say, I want to do this, you got that one to be like, shit, you ain't doing that. He ain't built like that.
I ain't even got that kind of
thing. But I'm going to tell you something. You got it, though.
I'm blessed.
You know what I'm saying? You got it. I mean, there's no way if, even just seeing you on the book, if I didn't know what your goals was, you'd be like, I want to do comedy. There's no way in hell I'd be like, oh, you ain't going to do this. Oh, you can do that shit. Go ahead and make it happen. And
I'm excited.
That's major, man. Look, I ain't going to lie. I hope one day just to look up, and I'll be like, you know what? That damn Gigi.
Hey, I'm trying.
That's what's up. What you got lined up? You got any shows lined up coming?
I do.
What you got?
I'm gonna give you my show dates, so I'm gonna tell you the point in my career.
Okay.
Besides when I just the validation of I got up there and I got my laugh.
Okay.
This is when I knew I was on the right path.
Okay, I'm listening.
My husband and I, we go to Charlotte.
And he's in the building, by the way.
So we go to Charlotte to go see my homeboy Clyde, cousin Clyde. Hey, that's my comedy mentor, one of the funniest people on earth. Go check him out, cousin Clyde.
Cousin Clyde.
So I go watch cousin Clyde perform. Cousin Clyde is opening for Carlos Miller. We get to Charlotte at Club State.
God.
We in there watching the show, whatever. Carlos up there on stage. I'm standing there in the audience, regular audience person. I'm standing there filming. Carlos look and say, "What's up, Gigi?"
You knew. You was like,
I froze. You know, I'm looking like, I know this nigga ain't talking to me.
Yeah. Oh shit, what's up?
And then he said, "Hey, y'all, I follow her on social media, man. Y'all need to have her up here. That motherfucker funny as hell. What y'all got me up here for? Y'all need."
Man, that was
that right there, man. That right there. When he said that, I froze and I turned around and I looked at my husband and said, "Hey,
yeah, I know he was just saying like, yeah, Carlos gave you a shout out. That's what's up."
For one, I didn't even know he knew who I was.
And see, that's crazy. You never know who watches.
I didn't know he knew who I was. And then for him to tell me that he followed me on all social media platforms.
That's major.
That's crazy. Right. That's crazy. Like, I'm on Twitter. I only have like 109 people on my page. Okay. And the fact that Carlos Miller is one of them.
Man,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Shouts out to Carlos Miller. Man, God.
I've had, celebrities share my posts and shit, like to have Lil Duval and Deion
major
Cole.
Too. You be like,
right.
Oh, shit.
Like these are people I grew up watching y'all on TV, and now y'all are sharing my videos, talking to me on social media like we've been around. Like this, it was crazy. And I said, you know what? Fuck it, I'm all gas.
You had to then. You like, you know what? I'm here and this joker done shot me out in the crowd full of everybody. Right. Oh yeah, it's time for me to make it happen.
My next show is what we on? What's the day?
What is the day? We on the
we don't even know it.
I think it's the 12th. Is it the 12th?
So I have a show March 25th.
March 25th.
March 25th. It's in Gaffney. It's a sip and paint.
Okay.
And it's at Fenty's Tavern. Doors open at 7.
I got you.
I have a show on March 29th at Papa Doc's at Lake Wiley in North Carolina. Lake Wiley, North Carolina.
Okay. I know what that's at.
Get that old money.
Yeah. She is.
Get that old money out there, baby. Yeah.
That's major.
Yeah,
that's major.
That money there say shit like, did you pay that colored girl out there? Did you give that colored girl her money? Because baby, I know that money coming up out of there.
You gonna say that colored girl?
They probably ain't gonna write my name on the check. It's gonna say to the colored girl.
To the colored girl.
To the colored girl.
She getting that major.
Right. Listen. I don't give a damn. You can call me whatever you want to call me. Long as that damn check clear.
You did right.
Listen, I knew what you thought about me anyway. I didn't give a damn.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have another show. I have my first hour special. I know, right? In the game, I need 2 years. I already
She got an hour special.
My first hour special is being taped. It's in Allenhurst, Georgia. April 1st.
April 1st. Allenhurst, Georgia.
Allenhurst, Georgia. It's at 2274 Nashview Drive, Allenhurst, Georgia. Let me give you my social media information.
Yeah. Listen, y'all write all this down. I'm gonna make sure y'all get this too.
It's Gigi Leflair. Yep. GIGI_ Leflair. LEFLAIR.
That's right.
That is my name on TikTok. That's my name on Instagram. I'm old, baby. I'm 40, so I still have a Facebook. You can find me on there as well. I'm on Twitter. My name on Twitter is 2 G's and a podcast. I also have a podcast.
Yeah, that's what I seen. I was like, wait a damn minute. She got a podcast.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to have to talk to you about that. I'm going to see what we got going with that too. That's dope.
And the name of my podcast is 2 G's and a podcast. 2 G's because, of course, I'm Gigi. And I've had it since about 2020.
Okay.
And listen, you can follow me. I'm on YouTube with the name Gigi Leflair. Please make sure that you follow me. I post all of my show dates and everything on there. I would love to see your beautiful smiling faces.
Man, y'all show her some love, man. This is major. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all what I feel like. We got a celebrity in the building.
No.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why.
Hey, I'm still buying hairstyle wigs.
Hey,
don't do that.
Everybody do that.
Don't do that. I'm still buying shaking dough wigs.
I'm gonna be real with you. I really feel like this young lady is gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? When I have people on my podcast, a lot of people get on here and they sometimes they like to doubt themselves. You have no doubt. And what I like about it is, like you said, it's your passion. And I'm rooting for you. I know he rooting for you. You know that. So I really feel like you gonna do this thing. But look, you already here. You doing it. You doing things. You putting things in motion. That's what it's all about. If you want it, you can get it. I want it. Simple as that.
For me, it's one of those things to where I was fortunate enough to have a great support system.
That's major.
I had a great support system. Number two, I'm fortunate enough to come from a family to where the blackness was celebrated.
Okay.
Celebrated. And I say that because sometimes when you grow up in the South, you're taught, as Dion Cole says, to manage your blackness. Manage it.
You're right.
Don't keep quiet. Don't do too much because they gonna give you duck. Well, I came from a family that my grandpa is super proud. Yeah. Super proud.
Yeah.
Big, huge, dark-skinned black man who grew up in the South that he won't take no shit from nobody.
And that's where it's supposed to be.
And that's where he gets that. I think that's got a lot to do with his entrepreneurial spirit that he's so used to working for himself and he ain't finna let nobody tell him what to do.
You're right about that.
So his attitude was, my grandpa used to tell us, if you only learning at school, you already losing, little girl.
Yeah.
So we would go to school and learn, and then I would come home, and then my grandpa, I had the luxury of being well-traveled, well-versed, he would teach us stuff that we're not going to learn at school. Like, he taught us the stuff like, listen, the reason why black people age so slow is because we have more layers of skin, and that's why we age so slow is because of the oils, because black don't crack, because that's how God wanted. Like, he teaches us stuff like, just things for you to be proud of. It's easier to raise strong children than to fix broken adults.
I got you.
So by him instilling that proudness of, hey, you come from greatness. Don't ever forget that. Hey, you come from a long line of people that have done amazing things. Yeah. Don't think that this right here is going to set you back.
You're right.
Don't be that
You're
girl.
Right. You're right.
So just having somebody that always gave that to us.
And that's good to have too. Especially in the black family. You're right about
having that means the world to me. Right. And like just having somebody that would give. My family was big on, you're more than civil rights and slavery.
Ooh, I like that.
You're more than civil rights and slavery. Let me fill in the gaps in the middle. For me, that meant everything, to have somebody fill in the gaps. Like, he was just super big on, you get to be proud no matter what the media tells you. The media tries to treats your blackness like it's an illness. They want to treat it. They want to fix it. Let's get rid of it. Let's quiet it down.
Yeah.
My grandpa never treated it that way.
He kept it 100.
My grandpa treated it like, baby, this ain't no sickness.
You're right.
This a blessing.
This is a
blessing, baby. Be proud of the blessing.
Man.
So just that, like just knowing, me doing comedy, just knowing the fact of at one point in time, we weren't even allowed to laugh.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to laugh because showing emotions, you were in trouble for it. So they literally made slaves run to a barrel and laugh in the barrel.
I said, you schooled me on that just
You
now.
laugh in the barrel.
They laugh in the barrel.
And then cover it up. And then you go back to your post of doing whatever it is.
That is crazy, ain't it? That's man.
One of my big things is I keep that with me. And like, I want it to be that when I go to my shows, I'm gonna take a barrel and I leave that barrel there.
You're gonna leave the barrel at the show.
I leave when I come out on stage, I want my barrel there because that always reminds me, and I'm okay with telling the story to other people.
That's cool.
Because I need for us to know how important it is. Our laugh is so contagious. Our laugh is so infectious.
It is.
When you get a group of us together and we laughing,
you got that
it fills the room.
You're right about that.
It fills the room. There's no way that type of happiness was meant to be contained.
You're right. It's supposed to be.
Why wouldn't I want to continue to foster that?
That makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense, man. I mean,
I love seeing us laugh because I see too many of us crying.
And we done seen it for a long time.
I see too many of us mad. Exactly. I see too many of us because life is life.
You're right.
If for whatever reason, whatever you got going on, if not for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that laughter do something to you. It'll bring it out.
If not for 10 minutes.
You're right.
That man can come to me at the end of the show. I don't know what he had going on. I don't know. His probation officer done violated him because she said he wasn't at home and he don't live there no more and they didn't accept his change of address. They fired her because they said she was 5 minutes late, but she really wasn't 5 minutes late. The clock was off. Whatever the case may be. When they came to my show that night, none of that mattered for 10 minutes.
Right. They got to release all that.
None of that mattered for 10 minutes.
That's dope.
If I can provide that for you just for 10 minutes, I did my motherfucking job.
You did. And like I say, and you like when you on social media with these reels you be doing. And when you did that thing about 10-4, nah, baby.
Right.
I say, man, this little here is crazy.
My husband and I had these Carolina debates.
Oh, this is good. Let me hear
Carolina debates because my people are from Woodruff, South Carolina.
Okay.
His people from Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay.
They mountain people.
Yeah.
Well, they different type of country. My people country like, hey baby, you come on in here, take your shoes off. Don't bring none of that outside dirt in this house. Take your shoes off at the door, baby. Come on in.
Yeah.
His people.
What are people like?
His people. Hey, what y'all got going on up there? Y'all ain't got nothing going on there. Well, I can't believe it, honey. Right. That North Carolina. That's that mountain country.
Okay, I got you. The mountain country.
That mountain man country is different than that. See, I'm cornbread country.
Cornbread. Yes,
I'm
Lord.
cornbread country.
Yeah.
Turtle stew country.
I never tried that.
I have, baby. I ate damn near any animal that run rampant through the Carolinas. I done ate them. Okay.
Raccoon and everything.
Not ate them. I done ate them already. I done ate them already. My grandma people come from Inner South Carolina.
Oh, wow. I know where Inner is at.
My grandma is the oldest, 16 kids.
Dang. That's
the boys is hunters. I'm talking about hunters. If God was to say right now, let's get rid of all these damn electronics, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they cool.
I got a cousin right now that must go stick his arm in a deal's ass all the way up to the elbow. That mother say, he'll pull it out and say, he died about 7:30. Natural causes. He was hit by a 1987 Nissan Green Datsun. He ain't been here long.
I gotta say something to the husband. Man, how you deal with this? She is so young, man. But you know that's good, man, to have her. You know what I'm saying? She keep a smile on your face. I know she do, cause she darn sure get us on social media. I hear people say, man, when you gonna have Gigi on there? I said, man, I'm gonna get on. They be like, I seen her reel this morning. I said, bro, this is everybody. This is what she do. But Gigi, I must say, man, it's been an honor to have you on this podcast. I'm glad we got to do this.
Thank you.
Because this right here, it means a lot to me. Because I followed you, And then your energy, and what's crazy, y'all, her energy like she is on the reels, it's the same energy she keep with her every day, in and out. And I'm happy to have you. And like I say, I'm glad you're doing what you love.
Thank you.
Got your passion. And you told me not to say celebrity. I ain't gonna say that. This is what I'm gonna say. We got one. Okay,
I'm a regular girl.
We're a regular one. We got one, and she's from Woodruff, South Carolina, and she's up here in the Berg now. And I'm just proud of you, man.
I appreciate it, man. Listen, I'm a regular. Listen, I'm never too ill. I'm never too ill to talk to somebody. Like I'm a regular. When I get, even if the Lord sees fit to give me that Hollywood blessing, I'm still gonna pull up. I'm still gonna pull up in the Crown Vic.
Oh man, I'm
still gonna pull up in the Super Sport. I'm still gonna pull up in the Chevy Dome.
You gonna have speakers in the back?
In the back.
Oh,
it's gonna be big.
Is she gonna be
ready all the way up here. Just because I want to keep true to myself. I ain't gonna pay
I ain't mad at you.
I want the trunk to have that look.
So you ain't gonna insulate the trunk.
I want to stay humble. I want to stay humble.
Pull up beating at the cookout.
Right.
Hey, man.
Trunk rattling.
You're right. Y'all, look here, man. It's been an honor to have her on here today. And you guys know where you can find this thing, man. Gigi, thank you again.
No, thank you.
And this is the One Nation Podcast 864, and we out. Peace.